Guys, Sean here from Srkcycles.com. We got a 2014 Honda Valkyrie. They redid the Valkyrie. It's amazing. Let's see what it runs like. It's a beautiful bike. Can't wait to ride this thing.
118 horses.
Tim says it's 118 horses. I thought it'd be more than that, actually. This thing looks like a spaceship. This is how Honda came up with this. They were first designing a spaceship, and then they're like, nah, scratch it. Let's just make it a motorcycle. They're like, let's just put the Valkyrie badge on it. People like the Valkyries. Super pumped about taking this thing for a spin. Beard in my face. It is so nice outside. And we're going to the moon! Yeah! This bike is fun. And I'm liking this better than the old Valkyrie, because the old Valkyrie felt so heavy. Although, listen, it's not. You know what? Forget what I said. Valkyrie guys love those old Valkyries. Someone's gonna give me like death threats. The old Valkyrie's great, but I like this. I felt the old Valkyrie was just kind of old. $750 pounds. It's not the lightest bike, but it's also not the heaviest bike. Man! This thing moves. So pretty much, it's a gold wing with nothing else on it. I think it's cool looking. I like the styling. I like the way it feels. You hop on this bike and you just feel like you've been riding it your whole life. It's a Honda. They kind of have that impression on me. Man, this thing feels nice. It seems to handle. It seems to feel pretty light in the corners, and it's just so smooth. I mean, you would have a lot of fun really pushing this thing to the limits on the Dragon Tail up in Deals Gap. Holy cow. This sucker just lays down. I like the seating position. I like the foot position. You're not like it's not like too far back. It's not like this, like the V-Max. This is a fun bike. Let's see how it does on the highway. And I like that it's quiet. Like, you don't even hear the bike. You just hear the wind. You hear the ride. I like that. I know no one else likes it, but I like that. It's crazy nice outside. It's like 50-degree weather today. Although it's supposed to snow like 8 inches tonight, which I don't get. But in nice weather, I feel like a full-fairing bike just bogs you down. You don't get to feel that wind in your chest and in your face and stuff. That's what riding's all about. So you get the reliability, the speed, the performance, and all those things of the Gold Wing. Oh, whoa, you don't get a slipper clutch. So apparently, you don't get a slipper clutch. Another thing about these is, just like the Gold Wing, they're 5-speed. You don't need any more. It's got enough power. If you have enough power, you know, like the Boss Haas is like a 2-speed. You don't need that many gears. You only need more gears to compensate for the power. So right now, we're at, this thing red lines at 6,000 RPMs. We're at 2,700 RPMs. We're going 60 miles an hour. And can this thing pass? Yup. I mean, this is pulling on a pass like a Harley Ultra would in 4th gear. Man, it's fun bike. So what I was saying before, so what a slipper clutch does, and this does not have one, and I realized that when I put it in 1st gear, thinking it was 2nd gear, and the back tire locked up on me and kicked over a little bit. You know, I'm in that turn, I let the clutch out, and the back tire locks up for a moment. That's when you realize, oh, it's not a slipper clutch. What a slipper clutch would have done in that situation was slipped a little bit and stopped your tire from locking up. The sport bikes have them. Occasionally you'll see like a cruiser bike. I rode a cruiser bike a little while ago that had one. I forget what it was. I was making a deal about it that it had a slipper clutch in it. But this bike is so cool. It's a fun bike to ride. It kind of puts it, it's kind of like the more sportier version of a VTX 1800. Except instead of a V-twin, this is a flat 6. If you don't know what a flat 6 is, it's like this. You got cylinders, you got the head over here, they go in. Like a boxer motor. Man, this thing's got some power. This is a fun bike. And it's... So, the more cylinders you get, the smoother the bike is gonna ride. The smoother the engine's gonna be. I mean, this... You almost can't tell this thing is running. It's so smooth. Everything about it's smooth. There's no vibration at all. That's fun. That is a lot of fun. This mirror's pointing down, this mirror's pointing up. It's crazy. So about the smoothness, the more cylinders, the smoother it is. That's why you have companies like Alpina that they modify BMWs, and they'll actually take out a 500 horsepower engine or a 550 horsepower engine that's a V8, and they'll put in a V12 that pushes out less horsepower because smooth is more refined. It's a smoother ride. That's why Jaguars, you know, back in the day, they would put V12s in their cars. They only pushed out like 200 something horsepower. It's not about to make more power. It's about the smoothness of it. This thing is smooth. With only 2,700 miles. Exactly. It says 2,699. It's going to roll over to 27 pretty soon. 2,700 miles. This bike is not going to last long. Brand new, these things were like $18,000.